Welcome back everyone. Today we're gonna make a quick video on how to farm TMs. If you watch my previous videos, I always make a joke here in regards to these dudes on how or why I have them. But yeah, anyways, I don't know why I forgot, but I clearly forgot to say this is 40, like an introduction. So it seems like I'm failing these intros more and more as we make more videos, which is great. Anyways, pass by that. So essentially what it is if you're a new player and you don't understand how this works, is that as you pull characters, some characters have better TM abilities. These are called trust abilities, which kind of will, as you play through the game or any map you play, you have a 10% chance of getting 0.1% increase in your trust mastery, which is found right here. So as you can see here, this particular Mercedes has 8.7, and then once this gets to 100, I will be awarded this axe. And the way the trust masteries work is that if I got every one of these individual Mercedes to 100%, then I would get an axe for for individual one I achieved, which is really cool. It's a good way for you to like have multiple of them. But kind of the math behind it is that you'd have to do like 10,000 runs per character to try and get it based on RNG that they would get to 100%, so like 10,000 individual runs, which technically takes months if you were to do it individually based on how much energy you can get. Obviously this can be enhanced and sped up by using Lapis, which is what most people do. You use Lapis, you boost up your thing, but obviously I wouldn't do it until you're like a higher rank, because you're kind of wasting it. You're kind of wasting your Lapis, and you're not getting enough energy to renew it and stuff. So you gotta kind of do it kind of like I do it. I do it manually. I'll open up a YouTube video and then I'll kind of watch like YouTube, and then I'll just kind of keep clicking. It's kind of tedious, but you know, just gotta get the job done. So essentially that's how I do it. So this is kind of my farming group. So the way I normally do it is because I don't really want all of these guys as axes. I mean, it would be good to get all of them, but I don't care, not so much for this. Like maybe if I got, you know, multiple Zidans or something that was really good, like Noctis's rings or Lunith's gloves or any of those things that are really good TMs, then yeah, I guess I would get them individually, because those you kind of want. In this case, what I'm going to do is I've set this lady here as my main, and on my main I mean is like when I get, if I'm pulling crystals like daily crystals and I get another Mercedes, I will feed that Mercedes into this Mercedes, and you'll get a 5% increase, right, which is the default. So as I get more, I feed them into her. So as of right now, she's going to have the most percentage of TM mastery completed. So once, how I do it is I take this 19%, I add it to this 10, I add it to those guys, I add it all the way down, which is like 83 or 84% right now. So I add all of those percentages together, and then I also add 20, which is because it's 5, 10, 15, 20. So I get 20 for those guys. So then I'll take all of these and feed them into her, and then all of these guys' TMs percentages will carry over into that one. So if these guys all had enough to accumulate to 100%, then we would be able to take all of those and add them into one of them, and that one will have 100%. So you can actually kind of like speed it up. So doing this strategy where you have multiple characters at the same time increases your chance of getting more points because of how the randomness works, which also helps you increase the speed on how fast you can get one of the TMs. So if you really want only just one of something, you have multiple characters, and then level them up and then feed them into it. So I'll do this video right now as is, and then when these guys get to like the number where it's almost 100%, when they accumulatively add to 100%, I'll make another video and I'll kind of annotate it to this video whenever that happens, in a few weeks or whatever. So when you're watching this in the future or whatever, you're gonna see like how that works, how it adds into all of these and how that actually works. So that's kind of how that works. And her TM, as I was pointing out, is this amazing axe. It's 125 damage, and it's also water based, so it has a water element based on it. And some of the really good TMs would be something like for example, Miyuki's Great Katana, which is the best katana in the game right now. It's 98 damage. Another one would be Shizuru's Blade Mastery, which boosts your attack when equipped with the katana, Great Katana. It it does 50% increased damage. Not his, hers is pretty good. Oh, sorry, his is pretty good. It's gloves or an accessory where it gives you 30 attack, 30 magic, 30 defense, 30 spirit. Kind of usable and everything, really. Like, these guys are good. And this one here is kind of usable on like more of my personal aggressive characters, like for example attack 28, defense and spirit, which is, you know, physical defense and magical defense, plus it prevents you from being slept. So things like this are very, very overpowered and really nice. The other ones that are really amazing would be the ones like that I already unlocked here. Like arguably probably the two best ones is one is dual wield, which is from Zidane. Definitely the best in the game. Or up there with the best in the game, or dual cast, which is Ludmill's ability, which allows you to double cast magic, or like the same magic. It's really good for healers like Refia or whatever. So stuff like that. And there's some other ones that are kind of like used to be really good, but now they're like for example, like Barrage is one of the more bigger hitting attacks, but it's kind of now as meta of the game changes, it's less and less likely to be super strong. But this is another ability that's super amazing. And essentially when you get a character, before you throw it away or do anything, you want to look at its trust mastery and see how it benefits you, not how it would benefit other players, because some of these trust masteries to somebody like a whale or somebody who's farther in the game like myself might be irrelevant, but to you as a new player, that's exactly what you need. That's gonna be the thing that's gonna carry you over to the next step. Like Barrage isn't very difficult to get because the character is fairly it comes up fairly often. Like these guys here, like this one has a nice TM which boosts your physical damage to aquatic and dragon monsters, which is really good for like boss fights and stuff. Or specific places when you want to boost up an attack that you normally wouldn't need. But in those cases, it'll help you, and even a weaker player could benefit from that. This is Ludmill. This is the one who has the dual cast. He's a red mage, so that guy, you can benefit from it. And there's a lot of them that have amazing ones. Like you can have, let's see if we can find anybody here. Like for example, this is a free summon where you can use your friend points to summon, and he has this incredible mastery which gives you boost physical damage against aquatic masters, which is 50%. But this is a free character that you can get. You can keep feeding them into each other or make a team and then get it, which is really cool. Another one, this is Zidane right here, who gives you the dual wield, who's really good. So most of these characters are really amazing. Like for example, Kine or Klein, you wouldn't seem to think that this guy's really good because his trust mastery even thinks it's kind of bad, but it's a 25% chance of evading physical attacks. You can actually put this and add it up to 100% on some characters like Noctis or like Lightning, which would increase their evasion to 100% or almost 100%, which makes them not hittable by physical attacks, which is insane. For characters like that who have the ability to counter, they can't hit you, but you can counter them, which makes you that much more deadly. And again, this character comes up fairly often. It's very more frequent than you think. So there's a lot of these guys that you should look into as you progress through the game and value them to your personal gameplay style, rather than somebody else saying, oh, it's not good. That's why you're not gonna hear me say, oh, this is garbage, because you never know when it might be useful. Like even Drain, you don't know. Some people might need that. So all of them have their positioning. Some are better than others, obviously, but it's up to you. Like arguably one of the most useless ones here is this, but some characters, they don't have, or some players, they don't have items that they can use to destroy a monster. However, you can use this throw ability to throw an item that deals magical damage that could help you destroy something like a Cactor who's got high defense against physical attacks and magical attacks or whatever. So you need a usable item, something like this. Okay, so in short, really every character has its usefulness. How does it benefit you as the player? So what we're going to do is we're going to actually just do one quick round of how I would do it. I go to, so just go back to the map here so you can kind of see how I got there. So here's my map. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go here. And essentially the reason you want to pick this area here is because these guys only cost 1. And if you really are short on time and you just want to click, then you can do this one. It has 2 battles. This one up here has 3 battles, so it's up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this one because it has 2 battles. I'm going to go in it, just pick anybody, it doesn't really matter. Pick your TM group, which is your farming group, depart, and then away we go. And it costs 1 energy, your character goes in, You can set these guys up so that they do abilities if you're new, so that you can get your trophies to help you get your hero ring, or have steel or whatever the deal is. But for me, I don't really need those because I'm pretty much done on my trophies, so I'm just gonna auto. I'm gonna let them beat it up real quick. If you really wanted this to go even faster, like right now my strongest Mercedes is right here, all I really have to do is this, right? And make sure that these two kill it, one shot, done, right? Ideally you want to make them the fastest animation, so just it goes quick, right? If you auto attack and you have somebody like Lunith who has dual wield, it'll take a little bit longer to attack. So it's kind of like that. So that's it, you go in there, boom, accept, you get your items, make more money off them because you can just sell them, go back in, and just kind of rinse and repeat. You can just keep going and just keep going over and over and over and over again. There's many different ways of doing this. Like for example, I prefer this way just because of my playstyle, because I'm more mobile. So when I'm like on the train or something, I just kind of do this because it's mindless. You don't really need to think about it. But there's other ways you can look into it. There's different kinds of programs out there that can help you automate this. I would look at that at your own risk. Like if you invest money into it, then I'm not sure if you really want to do that, because there's always a small possibility that you could get maybe banned or whatever. But as of right now, from what I've been reading, there is no proof that anybody's been banned using, for example, something like Nox or something like Mimu, which gives you an Android emulator, and you can actually kind of set up like little like macros as they're called, or like it just kind of keeps pressing the same 3 or 4 buttons for you, and you kind of organize them on the screen, so it kind of just keeps pressing the same buttons. It just keeps looping over and over and over again till your stamina is gone, right? So something like that you can do. You can look at that on your own. So those are for Nox, Android player, or Meme Android player. But in the meantime, this is the best way for you to farm that because of how much energy it costs, till maybe they introduce something later. I mean, they haven't done anything in the JP version, so I'm not sure how much more different it's gonna appear. But hopefully they fix it or make it a little bit easier, or give you like an event. But that's how it is right now. So my advice is, as a new player, try and find those really good trust masteries like dual wield, dual cast, things that are going to benefit you, so to help you bump you up so that you can beat more story, beat more bosses, beat more events. And a good way to gauge your personal progress is to be able to beat like these monsters like from like the Chambers of the Fallen or the Chambers of the Reborn, or going to the like the Mug's place, going to the far plane, and then going into this room up here that at the start has monsters in it, but as you beat it, that's not the one I want to go to. Why so bad? Tower of Earth. And when you get in here, you can technically fight these monsters without using energy, and I think you can fight the first 3. You get I believe it's like an armor. You get like a katana and stuff. Sorry, it's been a while since I did this, but you can kind of get your free items here, and the group that you fight it with is essentially the group that you bring, so make sure your team is like that. You can't bring any friends along, so you gotta beat it. They're not too difficult if you have like at least 1 or 2 strong characters. It's fairly easy, but you definitely need to have like a healer and like a proper party made, and then you can do it. You can beat it that way. So that's another way to kind of gauge yourself. If you can beat those monsters, you know you're kind of evolving and growing and getting better, so that you can kind of manage for those events. And that's pretty cool. So yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I will continue to post more things with more information to kind of help not just the old players but the new players with things that I've kind of discovered on my own, as well as things that I continue to learn from different kinds of players and stuff. So there's different things you'll be able to do, and you'll be able to figure things out, and things will be hopefully you'll figure things out. But as you can see, if you've been watching my other videos, I kind of found one of our thingies here, which is like the dreaded Frost, and I kind of made my little party there, kind of fighting him. And then I put some more sprites here for the new banner to make it more a little flashy. But I don't know, I like this. I don't know if anybody who ever watches it, if you like this, please let me know. It's kind of like the party fighting whoever the current boss is, so we'll figure that out. So without trying to spoil anything here, I'm just gonna end it on that. So yeah, again, if you like, subscribe. I will continue to produce more videos, and thank you so much for watching. I will continue to see you out there in the far plane, and we'll hopefully continue to evolve together and keep growing and boost up our community. And all we have to do now at this point is really wait for Gumi to give us more content so that we can do stuff. Alright, so thanks a lot. See you guys later.